What's happening, guys? Blake Fontana here. In this quick loom, I'm going to be revealing to you this ninja tool that I referred to in the post that you commented on that allows you to tap in today to a completely new stream of friends and a new stream of audience members to fill your audience up with people that fit the ideal target persona that you're going after in terms of the offers that you sell, the problems that you solve, and the solutions that you provide itself. Now, I'm going to be quick, short, and sweet in this video to get right into things and to get right into this tool because I know my time is valuable as well as yours. But what I want to do before we get in is just give a quick backstory on what I'm talking about here. Because number one, if you commented on this post recently, to refresh you on this post, it's the post where I was referring to this new traffic pool that you can tap into that isn't evolved around just going to the same groups or the same suggested friends list everybody else is doing on Facebook Organic right now, and in turn fighting with the same sea of people as a result of it. So as I have listed here, when it comes to growing your audience on Facebook, we know that all we're doing is working to get ourselves in front of relevant people that fit the target that we are looking to go after itself. And from there, adding them as a friend to get them into our audience so they can enter into our ecosystem that we ideally have in place to nurture them and to turn them from being a stranger to a buyer itself. Now, what we're focused on specifically with this tool is just bringing new strangers into our world that are relevant. So when it comes to doing this on Facebook, as many of you know that I'm sure watch this video that are established Facebook organic marketers, you know that you can go to groups to do this. You can go to free Facebook groups. You can go to buyer or paid groups. And perhaps you guys have a list of groups that you're going to now. You can also go to suggested friends. Now, all these work, and there's a variety of ways to quote unquote skin a cat. But at the end of the day, the more that we can drill down in terms of the quality within these, the better off we're going to be in creating opportunities on the back end itself. So what do I mean by this? When we look at groups and we look at free groups, let's say the ClickFunnels group, for example. Let's say you're a beginner coach or beginner affiliate marketer, and you know that more than often, many people that are in the target that you're looking to go after for in terms of where you step in and start helping those people and maybe expose them to your support, your coaching, and where you ideally want to start working with them at is shortly after they purchase the One Funnel Away Challenge. So you know that they go through the One Funnel Away Challenge and that kind of sparks their ideas to starting an online business, launching an online offer, but maybe they get stuck after that point. So in your mind, if you're thinking of places to get in front of, to build your audience from, maybe one of the first places that comes to mind is the ClickFunnels free Facebook group. And maybe a buyer's group that comes to mind is the One Funnel Away Challenge. These are both great. Now, the thing is, when it comes to this large ClickFunnels group, it's a pretty engaged group. It's a massive group, but we also have to remember that a lot of folks are also coming to this same spot to do the same thing as you. And what happens is if we just focus on these very common groups, we're going to get stuck into this sea of the same people and we're going to end up kind of fighting with one another in terms of you talking about your thing, other people talking about their thing. And when it comes to affiliate marketers watching this video, you probably already noticed where maybe you go and try to introduce your product or your idea of what's helpful to them and they've already heard about it from somebody else. So how can we step into a sea of people that aren't affiliated with everybody else and already in our ecosystem or our friends list? Well, we could consider looking for new free groups, of course. We can look for new buyers groups as well. We can also go to suggested friends, but when we look a level deeper, what I always like to look at when it comes to audience growth organically is filling it up with engaged folks. Folks that are either engaging with me, let's say in a community or in the comment section of a group that I'm providing value in, or folks that are actively looking for answers either on Facebook, in their newsfeed, or inside of other groups. So what do I mean by that? It's one thing for me to go to a free Facebook group, ClickFunnels, go to the member section, look at members in that section and just click add, use a software tool and reach out to them. We're not filtering quality. What we're doing is just playing a simple numbers game with that. If we add 30 friends a day from this group, send 30 outreach messages, maybe we'll get 2 to reply and 2 to continue the conversation and work to offer a call to. Many people out there doing this strategy right now, and it works, but it requires a massive amount of volume to do it. And more than often, these people usually are just blasting a software tool on repeat to make that volume possible, or they have a team of setters or people in their inbox or external setters going out and working like crazy to make this happen. We kind of focus on more of a quality over quantity approach. Still in a way that allows you to create predictable outcomes and measure what's taking place itself, but less focused on just the numbers game and the volume game and more focused on the quality game paired with that itself. So how can we start stepping into people that maybe fit this bucket when I'm referring to? Two ideas that come to mind, one of which we're going to be talking on here in the next 2 minutes, is this tool around this piece here. But for example, coming back to these two examples here, we have Facebook ads and we have group members. So rather than just going to the free Facebook groups and going to the ClickFunnels group and going to the members section, one powerful step or small step that you could make to make your audience be more full of people that are actually engaged and active is looking at engagers on the content in these groups. Who's watching the lives? Who's engaging on the content, etc. Because we know these people are actively looking for solutions or interested in things, and they're present on Facebook at this point in time. On the flip side, we can also go to Facebook ads. Facebook ads, where we know if an audience member or if somebody in our ideal audience is scrolling through Facebook, if they get hit by, let's say, an ad from this marketer and they engage with it, chances are they're probably interested in it. They're probably intrigued by it, and in turn they're maybe going to click on it, engage with it, comment on it, or purchase it because they're looking for solutions right now. And these are great people for us to get in front of at this point in their journey when they're actively looking for solutions. It allows us to be able to turn them from being a stranger to a buyer much more efficiently with the proper system in place behind that traffic. So how can we drill into more folks that are engaging on these ads, and how do we find these ads itself? This is one problem that a one-to-one client of mine recently shared. He likes using ads to add friends from, but he doesn't often get seen the right types of ads that he wants to add friends from itself. So he doesn't really know where to find these ads, how to find more of them, etc. I'm going to share with you a little ninja tool to do this itself. And this is where, again, to iterate here as we're talking this through this presentation, I'm not the traffic expert. This is something that I've found in my experience that's been helpful to me in filling my audience up organically with more of the right people, and also doing it in a way where I'm not fighting with a bunch of other people in the same sources itself. What we emphasize and what we coach on and how we help the students that we've helped create the results that we have is really focused on the conversion system. The process from taking new traffic and strangers in that audience and converting them into buyers. So what takes place beyond just bringing these friends in is the most important thing next to actually converting them into a sale itself. And I don't want those that go and maybe purchase this tool today or start playing with it to think that they're going to tap into some solo ads magic traffic source that randomly brings them a bunch of buyers overnight, because that's not the case. It comes down to the system in place behind it. We're going to get more into that next. I'm actually hosting a live training on that this week. But for now, let's get into the tool itself. So this is a tool called Advertsuite. And when I originally bought this tool, I purchased this tool for one reason, and that was to get inspiration for ads being run and actively run on Facebook that was relevant towards the folks that I was working with to run ads for their business itself. And as I've grown my business organically and taking it from 0 to multiple 6 figures, pushing now up to 7 figures at this point, over the last couple of years alone, I can now see like the power of looking back and seeing how this tool built for Facebook advertisers could be super, super powerful for organic marketers and how powerful it is itself. So I started testing it first this way and saw some cool results come from it. And then, as I mentioned in the post, I shared it privately with a few of my one-to-one clients this past week, and they were going crazy over it, specifically because they're already really clear on exactly who they're serving, the target market that they're going after, as well as what steps these folks are taking in their ideal target market before they want to meet them, before they want to get them into their audience itself. Some conversation came up to where this person that I was working with knew that many prospects that he's worked with and many clients he's worked with, that when they were prospects at one point, they came from going through a certification program that he knew the name of that was for coaching certification. And this particular market and this client I'm speaking of, he served a specific group of coaches that were in the breathwork coaching space. So he was very niche down, and he knew that these breathwork coaches that get stuck on their journey usually go through this coaching certification program first. And once they go through this certification program, they are now certified to become a coach, and they know how to deliver, but they don't know how to actually take their market and sell it. So he's solving the problem of helping them bring their offer to market and do it in a way that's actually clear and specific, rather than many of them just coming out and being a life coach and being super broad. And with that knowledge and with him knowing exactly where those folks are at when he wants to get them into his world itself, he can now work backwards and say, okay, if this is the certification program that I know that my ideal prospects are coming into, this is where I want to get them into my world at. So he can go and search. Again, I'm not going to give the certification program away in this example, and I don't specifically even know it off the top of my head without referring back to our recent call, but we're going to say here, if you come into this tool, you can go right at the top and you can see here, Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. The version I have, I can search ads on all of these platforms. In this example here now, we're going to use Facebook. We're going to go to keywords. We're going to go to add text, and we can choose here. I either want to search the keywords that are related to comments, keywords on the landing page that the traffic is going to, or keywords in the ad copy directly. And I search, let's say, coaching certification, just for a quick example here. What this will do is pull up every post that meets this bucket. And if we want to filter it further, and again, to clarify, not every post, every active Facebook ad running that meets these qualifications. We can also get more specific and say, you know what, I want to target those in the United States only. And we can click here. And we can also say I want to go after those that are also being targeted that are females. Again, narrowing down further and further and further. What we can do from here is see all the active ads running with these filters in place. This is the only search tool that I know of out there that you can actually do this. If you know, for those of you that know Facebook ads or know business pages, you can go to any business page out there. Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, any person that's out there actively running ads, go to their Facebook business page. If you go to their About section, you can go to Privacy and click to see all the active ads they're running. You can see the copy, you can see the creative, which is useful just as you can do with this tool. It gives you inspiration, especially for those looking to run ads or see how these ads are targeted. But what you can't do as an organic marketer in this section on Facebook is see the ad engagement. You can't go to the ad directly. You can't save the ad. This tool allows you to do that. So what you can do in here is actually, let's say you're a nutrition coach, for example, and this is the one you want to go after. So you're curious about this ad. You click on this. You can see this ad is targeting 100% females. It's being targeted in the United States for this age group. You can make sure all these align with who it is that you go after. And then you can also take this ad and go to it directly on Facebook. And what I like to do is bookmark these ads in a specific saved folder. So now we have an easy source to come back to each and every day. We go to that folder. We can click on that ad that we have saved in that folder, and we can add friends directly from the engagers on this ad because we know these people are actively interested in this thing, looking for solutions, and we also know that they're engaged on Facebook. But this is where this software tool itself becomes super powerful, because not only can you make sure that these demographics align before you select your source to bookmark and save and add friends from, you can see how new is this ad. Is this an ad that's been running for years? Or is this an ad that's recently new, that we know has fresh new engagement on it? And again, coming back to here itself, the more specific you know in terms of fan pages you want to go after or advertisers that you want to search to look for their ads for, the more powerful this tool becomes. So let's say, again, Tony Robbins. Let's say you want to go after ads run by Tony Robbins. You could go to actually, we'll toggle this off here. These are all ads referencing the name Tony Robbins in them, but we can also say, hey, I want to search by advertiser, and we can search by him directly. So let's say you knew that name of that specific coaching certification program that maybe you went through, that you were stuck afterwards. And you know how much you can help those folks coming in and how those folks are the perfect fit for your audience. Or in the example of my client, he knows exactly what certification program his ideal prospects go through before he meets them. So he can search for that certification program and pull up all the ads that they're running to bring people into their products. And he can branch off and use that engagement on those ads to step into that traffic source and make it his own. So really powerful tool. For those that want to access this, again, I didn't create this. I just found it honestly a couple of years ago, came back to it after remembering it recently, and just through, again, my experience and my growth in the organic marketing side, I just thinking back saw the power of this on this side of the business and how helpful this can be for those of you here that are looking for new sources to build their audience from and add friends from itself. So for those that want this tool, link is in the description below. It's a one-time only fee. I think it's like $60. And you get access to just search all Facebook ads with all of these different search boxes and qualifications that you want to put in place. And then for those that want access to every platform, let's say you're an actual advertiser that wants to see ads on YouTube, Google, Instagram, and Facebook, there's also an option to grab the one-time package on that to get all of them. I'll go ahead and link both below, and you can choose which one suits you if it's something that you do want to jump into and take advantage of. Aside from this tool itself, again, where the magic happens is behind just that new traffic that's coming into your world. So for those of you here that want to learn how we take strangers and turn them into buyers, how we do it predictably and reliably, what we're doing this Thursday in conjunction with this training here and this tool that I'm talking on to kind of help you guys go full circle in the process, we're hosting a training this Thursday talking through that exact process that we use to turn strangers into buyers predictably and controllably. So for those that want to join us, again, you'll be hearing more from me in email this week on this training and on this topic. For now, I'll also go ahead and drop the link to RSVP for that when that becomes available directly on this Loom, or you can simply reply back to me if we're in conversation in Messenger, and let me know that you would like to attend that training this week. With that said, enjoy this for those that take advantage of it, and I will see you on the next one.